Gary Vaynerchuk, or better known as Gary V, is a businessman who runs one of the most successful social media agencies in the world called VaynerMedia. He has a massive social media presence on virtually all platforms with one main goal in mind: to leave a legacy.
My wants around this area are far more about my legacy and how I go to sleep at night than the financial impacts.
As a young adult, he built his parents' small liquor store into a $60 million per year wine business using the early stages of the internet. Even though his salary was small, he saved and invested in companies like Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Uber since he understood where people's attention in this digital world was headed, which made him a very wealthy man. He's written a few best-selling books such as Jab, 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 Right Hook, Crush It, and The Thank You Economy. So today, let's go over Gary Vaynerchuk's rules of money. Number 1. Dreams are built after hours.
Are you guys willing to put in the work and pay? Guys, are you willing to pay the price for what you want? I want to have a business so I can make lots of money and go on vacation and have lots of things. You want a 1% life, but you're not willing to put in a 1% work ethic. Work your job, come home, and do I have to go through it again? Like, do I have to make fun of Game of Thrones and the Golden State Warriors one more time? I'm more than happy to. You've got to give up all the leisure stuff, and you've got to work from 7 to 2 in the morning, start a business, sell shit on eBay. I've put that out there. Everybody can do that. But become the wedding photographer of America like I became the wine guy. Not everybody can do that. But you've got to make the mental switch. The talent, the white spaces, that's a coin flip. That's a lot of DNA, that's a lot of luck, that's a lot of skill. There's a lot of things there. But the work is always part of the equation. And that's the part none of you want to do. Can we just finally have this conversation together? You just don't want to do it. You just don't. You really don't. You say you do, but you don't. You'd rather lay in bed and sleep in for 15 hours. You'd rather play video games. You'd rather play bullshit games on your phone. You'd rather watch TV. You'd rather watch this show. You'd rather go play beer pong. You'd rather do something else than work. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Which is why I push people to doing work around their passions, because it makes it a little bit easier. If I had to do this around bricklaying, I'd suck.
Number 2. Buy and sell stuff.
If I was really doing this, I'd make $1,000 a week, easy. And if you like, on just Saturday, just working Saturday.
Yeah, I get that.
So, I mean, I genuinely think Goodwill, eBay, buying bulk on eBay, selling on Amazon, like, I just think this is the $100,000 a year thing for so many people making $30,000 to $60,000 a year. If they just like are passionate and love, you saw how much she loved it, that woman? We gotta show her, that's the key to trash talk, the passion. I feel phenomenal. This is the big final score. This is about $100 minimum. And now I know about Cherished Teddies. Now I'm a Cherished Teddies player. And every time you become more of a player of a new thing, look, this is very simple. Spent 40, 50, 20, 40 bucks, 50 bucks, easily now into the $500 or $600 range of resale. I just wish so many of you would do this. It's $400, $500, $600 every weekend. It's now 11:47, so we're 4 hours in. Little gas money, I get it, but like net, $200, $300, $400 every weekend. And if you don't want to be like tedious, because now you got to post and all this, cool, just throw up this. Huge collection of Cherished Teddies, 80 bucks, boom, quick little, 60 bucks here. Shit adds up when you got groceries, when you got bills, when you got college loans, when you got rent. People sitting around dwelling, 85, 90% of this country working, minimum wages, low incomes. It just matters. Teaching people how to fish, flip life, it's real.
Number 3. Create digital content.
How much attention is really being put here, and how much, if you're not winning on this device, how much vulnerability you have. Number 2, really understanding that we talk a lot about content, but nobody here, including me with a humongous team, and this is super important, this is really what I wanted to start this talk with, because I think it will help people. Me, with a team of 20, putting out between 80 and 100 pieces of original content a day, am grossly underperforming in the amount of content I put out every day. Like, to really set the tone for everybody, the sheer volume of content needed for every individual or business in this room to be successful in a 2019 environment is staggering, and nobody's really making the financial or mental or emotional investment into that level of content. The amount of people that are super fine with putting out 1 or 2 pieces or 3 pieces a day on one platform are just leaving an enormous amount of opportunity on the table. And so for me, if there's anything that I can get through today, and there'll be plenty of things I'll try to get through, but the sheer amount of content needed to take full advantage of this land grab is staggering. And so that comes in a lot of forms. For me, the reason I'm so obsessed with people focusing on video is because the reality is that video creates a scenario that allows you to do images and written word and audio on the back of filming. For me, the reason I do a vlog daily is because we're able to use that as a top of the funnel piece of content, and then I'm able to produce a podcast, I'm able to produce the quote pictures you see on Instagram, the written articles on my .com and LinkedIn. It is the top of the funnel that creates everything else instead of bottom up. It's unbelievably important. If you're fortunate enough to be here and you feel okay to be in front of the camera, you need to lean in. You need to absolutely lean in. I think there's a lot of people, and by the way, I'm a big believer that you have to bet on your strengths and be self-aware. I think there's a lot of people here who wish they were something, and the reality is forcing that is their vulnerability. If you're not comfortable being in front of the camera for whatever millions of reasons, or whatever insecurity, that's super fine, and you should lean into audio on your phone, or if you're a great writer, you need to figure out how you communicate. But let there be no confusion here today. If you are not producing content for the internet, you are basically non-existent in our society. If you have, regardless of how good your B2B business is doing, or how great your real estate firm is, or financial service, like Sears was winning too at one point. Like, regardless of how well you're doing, you are vulnerable right this minute because all of the attention on a daily basis continues to funnel here. And whatever excuse you come up with, which is my audience is not on there, or my industry isn't affected, all those things become your great vulnerability.
Number 4. Use the new advertising tools.
If you're selling right now a product that is targeting anybody under the age of 25, every single TikTok influencer is potentially underpriced. All of them. I would implore you to watch the first 100 commercials made for television. The first 100 commercials made for television, which you can widely find on YouTube, were radio ads. They were somebody holding up something or an image, and then a man read a script, and so a radio ad was put and made into a television commercial.
America runs on Bulliver time.
Because we as a creative advertising field in the industry and the businesses hadn't figured out what the television commercial was. To me, the most interesting thing is in 2018, I think most of us agree, we've all accepted that taking a television commercial and putting it in your Facebook feed or YouTube, that doesn't work. I think we all kind of got there. But there is a far bigger 301 to that 101 point of view that needs to be talked about, which is, okay, but what does? While we're at the commercial shoot, let's shoot some collateral and use that for Facebook is also a very 101 point of view. If anybody is producing TVC and not producing a hell of a lot more content while they're there, they're already disproportionately behind the reality of the things that we should be doing. Way more importantly to me is, should it be interpreting that spot, or should we be changing out actors and actresses that demographically would be able to be powerful to the people consuming it? Should we be bringing other products and things there that allow us to shoot completely different things? I think we have a very weak creative conversation around the new channels, because I think we come with a perspective from the old world. 90+% of the Fortune 500 CPG brands are declining in market share. In their marketing behavior, 80% of their spend is either on television or programmatic digital, which is digital 2006. This is not confusing. Meanwhile, Gymshark and Fashion Nova and Lola and Movement watches are going from 0 to 25, 50, 100, 500 million dollars in sales on 100% spend on influencer, Facebook, and Instagram. This is not subjective debate like if a video is funny. This is what's happening in the business world. Anyway, LinkedIn right now is going through a Facebook 2012 moment. You right now have a business or trying to build a profile or trying to communicate something to the world, have no followers on LinkedIn, produce content, and the organic reach and consumption is remarkably high. It will go away, they always do. It went away on MySpace, it went away on Facebook, it goes away everywhere. It's supply and demand of attention.
Number 5, save money.
My friends, you want to talk about something that has completely become something nobody talks about? Nobody talks about saving money. Like, it's just not a conversation. Like, there's a very easy way to do this. If you make $49,000 a year, live as if you're making 27. Everybody lives over what they make. No wonder you can't save money. Your apartment's too nice. Of course you can't save money. Your car is too fancy. Of course you can't save. You're buying clothes you can't afford. There are motherfuckers that complain to me, and this is where listen, if you're DMing me or emailing me, know that I don't fool around. When you DM me and say, I can't, the first thing I do is go to your account. Don't let me hear that you're broke as and the first fucking story I click on, you're drinking a $7 fucking coffee. If you're broke, you're not allowed to take Uber. Take the bus.
Number 6, micro speed and macro patience.
Macro patience, micro speed.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and let me expand on it because that didn't work. No, hold on, back. Macro patience. You're a young man building something meaningful, a relationship, a business. It takes 10, 20, 30 years. On your day-to-day work, you have to be fast. With the clients, they email you, you email them back. Like your day-to-day, but your vision, what you want to achieve in life, you're not going to build it in 1 year. And so many people have it reversed. In the day-to-day, they're slow. And in the macro, they want their business to be huge the next day. So you need to reverse it.
Alright guys, let me know in the comments below if you like this new series and who would you like me to cover next, and you might inspire the next video. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Please subscribe to my channel if you have not done it yet, and don't forget to click the notification button. I hope you guys learned and enjoyed this video. Thank you, and have a great day.